EPL rewind. I present. Somebody train down. Where's in the back there, boy? Yeah, President Chad in the house with me is the man Dr. Zeus and
Was
Tristan.
up, was up.
And what we talking about today? We talking Premier League. We had a lot of crazy results, really crazy results the last week of the Premier League, and we're going to be talking about it. Um, Before we do, we will be remiss of us if we don't let you know. And if you're looking for sports memorabilia, you need to check the fan club Trinity Mall. Yeah, that is where you need to go to get the good stuff. Don't matter what team you support, into football, into sports and the whole cricket, go down, check them out. They have all kind of gifts, all kind of stuff that you all would definitely be interested in, and also gifts. Me, who love sport, could go and find stuff there. You understand? To give people like me, just saying, just saying. In case anybody was thinking about getting me something. All right, so let's jump into it. We're gonna jump into the deep end one time. We're gonna start off talking about Manchester United versus Liverpool jumping into the shark infested waters. That is what we're doing. So Manchester United played Liverpool on Sunday. We were mauled, and we were molested all by the football club.
Mm-hmm.
One of the results we had Cody Gakpo scoring twice. Darwin Nunes scoring twice. Mohamed Salah scoring twice. And Firmino scoring once, capping it all off.
Mm-hmm.
After going in halftime, just well down, United came out in the second half, feeling that they could get some kind of result, and it just moved from bad to worse, or worser, as some of us would say in Trinidad and Tobago. Um, Dr. Zeus, what you thought of that result, boy? Well, what you
um,
thought about that?
like going into halftime, I don't think anyone could have seen this. I mean, the both teams were, back and forth. There was some Liverpool got their legs in, and we thought that it would have been one of those games second half where it is at 2-1 and grit. Rashford would have put in the performance he put it in. It would have come down between Rashford and Salah, who gets the game winner. And then second half, I don't know what Ten Hag told them. I don't know what the players' mentality was. Maybe they got complacent. Maybe they felt overwhelmed. I don't know. But that second half performance was abysmal. It was just pure anticlimactic to what you all were doing before you reached the Liverpool game. You understand? So to see this, and not just to say it is Man City or it's the Arsenal, which would have been another story by itself. It is the team that you all have been arguably back and forth with titles in the Premier League. This is the juggernauts clashing here. And that was just looked like a backhand, like a by the way, it's just Manchester United here. It did not look anything at all like the hype it was, all the ads, and second half was just pure mayhem, madness, and Mo Salah. That is what the second half was. That is the second half was just that. And it had something happen in the game that I found real strange, that Bruno did not get any kind of punishment when he pushed the linesman. And I found that was very much an oversight on the FA's side, because you can't even bad talk
Boy,
the referee.
seven is not enough punishment, boy. Dr. Zeus,
No,
boy.
no, no, it's not. And even the 3 minutes added on. What's this guy name? Oh, God, I keep forgetting his name. The president of the FIFA, the president of the Referees Association, FIFA referees, the Italian guy
Howard
called.
Webb. Howard Webb.
No, no, not him. FIFA's president, not with the FA. I forgot his name. Um, he clamored and said that the added on time that is not being enforced, that was enforced in the World Cup, is not being enforced by the leagues, and that's something that FIFA is going to change. Yes, it's 7, but it's supposed to have like 30 seconds for the goal celebration. There were 10 substitutions in the second half. So all this put together, you would have expected at least at 10 minutes, 15. I mean, that would have just flattened the scoreline. But it have so much things that happened in that game that they should have called it out at 89th minute and done, because that 90th minute it did not make sense at all. And I honestly hope that United bounces back, just as a purely footballing fan, that they bounce back and regain some kind of something resembling what they had before. I mean, they beat Betis in the Europa League, but the mantle is in the
Well,
league.
already started. They beat Real Betis
Yeah,
4-1 in Europe. So let's see what happens on Sunday.
yeah. Let's see. Let's see.
Tristan, you know, I, I think a lot of people, whether United supporters or not, would have been surprised about that scoreline. And anything stood out to you in particular in that game?
Apart from the half case 7 up out here for you, um, literally everything stood out. Everything stood out because before the game, I was with some colleagues, Zeus, some Chelsea fans, some United fans, on the farm, on the ranch. And while I was speaking to them, United fans were, I wouldn't use the term cocky, but they were overconfident, saying that this is the easiest they feel going into a derby. Their mind is at ease, knowing fully well that Rashford is in form and everything is in Ten Hag they believe in. At the end of the game, they changing it from Ten Hag to Seven Hag. Days of the week you're calling it Manchester United. But in the sense, the stuff what I didn't like how Fernandez pushed the referee, and it was okay. But when coming to my team, we call the referee, we get fined. And that is where it shows the biasness. Yes, you lose. Yes, you get a cut ass. You get 7 of the best. Right? The former player that you always after, Cody Gakpo, the man showed that he's a big game player and he understands what it's like to play for Anfield. Hopefully find his foot now. That is not just like what them big players, 100 million players, let's go. Like you would know,
Continue saying that.
you know. The game was nice. I wasn't expecting Liverpool to win 7. I was expecting United to come in and touch them up based on all their current form and whatnot. But I also told them, I say, depending on what Liverpool team show up, if it's the Liverpool team that learn to play together, or if it's the Liverpool team that continuing playing, I expect a draw or Liverpool win 2-1. I thought it would have been a easy, I thought it would have been a easy, would have been a close game, but apparently you all didn't show up, and all show up yesterday for Europa League, but I really hope all show up for the league. That is where it matters most, because Europa League you can play any team and get a result.
Mm.
The league is where everybody is being judged.
Yeah, definitely.
And that is just my 2 cents.
Well, it's nice to know that we have so much people who want to see Manchester United bounce back. You know what I mean? That's good. That's good news.
Don't make it song so. Don't make it. What we saw there, what we saw there compared to what was going on before, that is, it's like literally night and day. The form you all had before that game, I just like, whoa, this Liverpool team got 5 from Real.
Being the only Manchester United supporter, being the only Manchester United supporter, I will say this: that was a really bad day at the office. That was one of the whatever could gone wrong, went wrong. Look, Liverpool XG, they way outperformed the X for the game. They literally scored every single chance that they produced. It was a stunning performance by them and a stunning congratulation from Manchester United. So it is fortunately we had another game not too long after, and we handled our business against Real Betis, setting up ourselves nicely to the next round. And some other teams didn't handle their business so comprehensively, but that's for another program. We're talking Premier League in this program. So moving along, let's deal with a couple of the other more standout performances. Versus Bournemouth, Arsenal coming from behind.
That was a nice game.
From 2-0 down to beat Bournemouth 3-2. Well, we start with the Arsenal man first. What are your thoughts on that game, and more specifically, what are your thoughts on Reiss Nelson?
Reiss Nelson is always a player that we, as Arsenal fans, know that had the potential. The only problem with Reiss Nelson is Reiss Nelson himself staying fit and actually giving 100 on the pitch. In glimpses of the game, every time you see him, you always see true potential. But every time he gets going, injuries always start to plague him. It's something similar to what Emil Smith Rowe used to go through. I don't know right now if he decided, okay, cool, I want to actually eat like a professional footballer, or I want to continue as a teenager, eating kiss cake and ice cream and them kind of stuff now. So now where it matters most, he showed us, I'm here to play where my 3 strikers are injured. And we are grateful for that.
Yeah.
I wanna ask you one question, and I don't want any piffle Braxton. I don't want to hear about Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. I just want a yes or a no. At this position, are you starting to believe that you could win the league as an Arsenal supporter? Because I fed up you all these Arsenal men talking about, we just top 4 and starting to believe, yes or no?
I will say this. As an Arsenal fan, my players are playing. My players are playing me with Matthew, Luke, and John. My players are playing the best football I've ever seen in my entire life as an Arsenal fan. Whether we finish first, second, third, or fourth, whatever we finish at the end of the season, I'll be happy. We just had to finish in top 4. And I'll continue making that comment until the end of the season. If we reach more, if we overachieve that top 4, I'll be grateful. Me call Matthew, Luke, and John for that.
You see, you will never get a yes or a no from them because years of disappointment, years. This is not no last week or last month. This is years upon years of disappointment. So it's ingrained. And I'll keep saying Thierry Henry, I hope he sees this at some point in time, deserves to be before the International Criminal Court for making people believe Arsenal is a big team. I believe that's a crime against humanity. And Thierry Henry, you are guilty, sir. But having said all that, what Arsenal did, yeah, you laughed, man. You could clip it and send it to all the Arsenal people. Yeah, yes. But Thierry Henry, Thierry Henry, what Arsenal did against Bournemouth there, it shows exactly what champions do. When you get into that groove, when you know for a fact, hey, this is our year or this is our time, you ain't stopping till it's done. Nelson won the game on the last kick. The last kick to come from Arsenal years gone by 2-0 down. That was it. They deflated. That was the end of the game. Since Arteta has been there, you have seen that even though they lost, You know, well, yeah, the game done. They're still, they were still coming up. They're still coming up. They're still looking like, and then beginning of last season, they lost the first 3 games. The relegation talk start, blah, blah, blah. And look at it now. You can see a complete turnaround. So I mean, it gives United fans hope now because they started off the same way, similar thing. I'm just saying it. You see the similarities when you have a coach who has a plan. Obviously, it won't start to mesh immediately. You will need to get the philosophy, the players, each other knowing how to play with one another. But right now, you see from Arsenal, as I said last year when I was on this program, that was in October. This is Arsenal's year to win. There is it. You don't reach that level
No,
doing what you're doing and not win the league.
flash.
Everything? I didn't hear what you said.
I had a flashback with that goal. I had a flashback with that goal. I remember Liverpool. I can't remember who Liverpool was playing against in the year that they won the league. But Alisson in extra time, they came from behind, leveled the scoreline, and Alisson came up and ended up scoring a header off a corner for Liverpool to win the game.
West Brom does play. Remember that game?
Right?
Yeah.
And when Arsenal won that again, my mind immediately flashed back to that game with Liverpool and West Brom, because that game was the game that told me, yeah, Liverpool going to win this league. When I don't win those kind of games, you understand, when your goalkeeper could come up and score a goal in extra time, you tell yourself, yeah, that
things good here.
Team going on win the title, So after watching Arsenal against Bournemouth,
and they have
but trying to get Arsenal supporter, boy, anywhere in the world to say, yeah, but the title is theirs. I don't know. Because if you find one somewhere, bring him on the program, now, man.
They would never
gotta get him in London. Gotta get him in London.
I mean, look. I want to listen, understand something, Chad. Understand something. The last time the UEFA anthem was played in Arsenal home ground, a former prime minister was alive. A former insurrectionist. Well, the great man, well, the man himself, Abu Bakr, was alive. The Red House, well, they had meetings in Tower D. The Queen was alive. She said, "This Arsenal winning, it's time for me to go." It has so much factors. I only had 2 sons. I had 2 daughters as well now. Them don't know where's that. They say, "Daddy, who's them? What's this going on here?"
I will admit this. The last time we had UEFA League UEFA Champions League anthem in Arsenal. Chelsea used to slap around Arsenal. No, it's just karma. That's it.
Listen.
That's it. When last time beat us, boy?
You really want to talk about my side?
No, I just asking you. I don't need West Ham. I learned this year. You see them empty barrels at the bottom of the table. You just loud them.
Oh, Papa,
whether they win, whether they lose or they draw, it just loud them.
You know the sad thing. You know the real sad thing. They have a nice run up. They have a nice run in. That play Chelsea sometime again. We're gonna lose that game. Chelsea gonna lose that. You know why Chelsea gonna lose that game? Because that would be the game where it is. Huh? That would be the game. No. That would be the game where they drop points and have to win that game to go back on top. They're gonna drop points. They are going to drop points. Now, the biggest thing I will say with the Arsenal is the disappointment. That disappointed me in was that they went from 11 points to 5. At point in time, it was 3. So it's 5 now. And that right there in itself is, I mean, come on, man. Complete. I don't think
you could argue, Gilchrist, that certain things didn't go in our favor. Or if we forget to draw lines all of a sudden, offside goals stood against us.
Yeah, that was
appreciating being poor consistently. Right now, every game Arsenal play between now and the end of the season, all Arsenal fans know we have to score a goal without falling the keeper, right? Without falling players, without pushing them, without being physical. We had to score an outright goal.
So,
Whether
so
it's a screamer, whether it's a goalkeeper own goal, whether it's just a simple header going for the ball in the box, we have to be careful because the officiating has been absolutely poor.
so you're trying to
It
make it.
has been horrendous for
So
the
you make it.
past 6 games Arsenal has played. Not only
So,
Arsenal alone, my fellow Manchester United fan could agree with me. He's supposed to get a penalty in the Liverpool game.
oh God,
They
come on.
they didn't even review it.
That was no
Right?
penalty.
Chelsea could agree with me.
That
The
was no.
offside goal that stood with all your draw. It has been so atrocious. But for one of the best league in the world, the
Yeah,
Premier League, the
the
refs
official
has
call.
been so poor that I rather watch a Bundesliga game where I get good officiating and the
Mhm.
Australian League where I hear the referee saying, "Hey, VAR, go check the
Yeah,
VAR on screen."
that's the
Draw the
yeah.
lines and you're hearing everything they're saying. You understand? America are better referees than the Premier League right now. Sorry to say.
No,
And they just started watching soccer the other day. You understand?
it
Come
does.
on.
It does. The officiating has been poor, and it's as though they're getting better at doing a bad job or getting worse at doing a bad job because
They're getting better and getting worse.
yeah, because it just they continuously when they think they can't do worse, you just like wow really okay because I always go back to when Cucurella's hair was pulled by Romero against Tottenham last year,
And it stood.
and it started like how
Look,
uh,
even
the, no the thing is
even in the even in the Bournemouth game, you were seeing the kickoff. The two players that had the main impact, the assist and the goal, before they blow the whistle, they were infringing on the other side of our half. If it was the other way around, you know what they gonna say? Yeah, boy, the refs really looking for a little win, but you
well,
understand?
well at least we could agree collectively that the officiating is poor, and when players speak out about it, they are fined, they are all kind of thing. But the referees don't make statements publicly as to why they make certain decisions. But Bruno Fernandez pushed our linesman, nothing. I'm not chastising any player or any club. I'm just saying if the players can't speak out, coaches or players can't speak out against the referees, why it is that Bruno was allowed, this was happening to Bruno, and no kind of punishment was happening. So you mean the time is okay once again dropping 5-0, 6-0 to push the referee and do what you want. We do be losing ref, understand? Or is it a matter of now leave him as United? I mean
All I have to say too is if Chelsea down 5-6-0, push I surely are call too. Try it.
nah. I don't want to be I want us to reach there for us to try that. So I hope it's not. I hope it doesn't ever reach that. I mean, look at the Leeds game. We dug out a win. That what we needed. We needed that win, and we got it. We did what we had to do. It wasn't pretty, but was important. The 3 points is important. That is what it matters. That is what matters. Arsenal, it's not pretty, but I get the result,
I
and that is what it is
totally
do.
agree with what you all are saying as far as consistency or lack of consistency where the referee and for
Mhm.
the biggest league, the most popular league, the most watched league in the world is always damning when World Cup comes around or international competitions come around and they pick the least among the referees from the UK.
From it.
You know what I mean? You just kind of you should be leading. You shouldn't
Exactly.
be behind. You understand? You should be you are the world leader. Premier League is the world leader in so many categories except refereeing.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be the case. But
No, I have a
we
I
could
have
do,
a
boy. We could only
I have
hope.
a I have a theory with that. My theory is that the referees seeing, especially in England, they're seeing so much technology coming in, taking away their power or perceived power that they will do anything possible to make the whatever improvements look inferior to them. Because you have all this technology and still making stupid, foolish calls that it making no sense. It make when you look at the international tournaments, World Cup, for example, the refereeing was, to me, one of the best refereeing I've seen. The FIFA games, the referees just getting better and better. No, there have been some calls that were not were sketchy. I'm not saying no. I'm not saying no. But considering the kind of calls that they were actively going back, making sure, reviewing, you could see that, hey, we up here, let me make sure things. The EPL referees, I believe, they're doing this for spite because they're seeing their power to influence games slipping away. I will stick by that. And I don't think anything can prove me wrong unless they start to get with the times.
Another thing my Papa Wenger used to say, he said, when I die, I'm going to ask God, where are the referees? And he said, from next season, the referees will be having the toughest decisions to answer. He's FIFA. So he make down the legislation, he make things difficult for them. You have to explain your bad decisions, why you make it. So now people will get to see how things are being run.
Well, I would like to see that.
Wenger is there to change the game. Thank you, Wenger. Thank you, Daddy Wenger.
Right.
We appreciate you.
We
Go for me with
we we have a number of games to run through and stuff, but I just want to say this. One of the things I appreciated, even though it was a little while after the fact, was I think it was Howard Webb himself when he officiated the World Cup final between Spain and Holland. And the young had a horrendous tackle stamped to the chest early in the game, and Howard Webb gave him a blow. And Howard Webb said after, not right after the game, a while after, that the reason he gave yellow is he didn't want to spoil the game. Did he think it was a red card offense? But early on, within the first 10 minutes of our World Cup final, he didn't want to spoil the game. And I could respect that. And what you all are saying is correct. If we could get into the mind of the referee, if we could understand why, what went into your mind, what the eyes were, I leave it back. Give us, because as it is right now, it's very easy to be conspiracy. It's easy to say that doing it and tell you this like that side, because you don't know there's no accountability on the referee side of things. You know?
Yeah, but then what
we need to move on. Go ahead, Jesus.
Yeah, but why we have rules for? So we just refereeing based on vibes? If we had the rules for then we just refereeing based on the vibes that they give? No, man. The rules are there.
Bro, let me tell you something. Early in UEFA self, Manchester United was penalized with a penalty after the ball came off a player's thigh onto his arm. Right? The rules clearly state that is not a penalty. But that was the one game we dropped points that caused us to have to go to the playoffs and then win the group. Yesterday, the exact same thing happened in the Betis game. A Betis player, the ball went from his chest to his hand. And I was telling when I was watching the game, people, I say, according to the rules, that is not a penalty and they're not going to give it. And they didn't give it. So my team got penalized, ended up having to play 2 whole extra games, right? In this group, get penalized, end up having to play 2 whole extra games because of us exact same back call. And it is just, all I want to hear is not only the referees being able to help to accountability. Explain to us what that is. I would like to be able for the team to take the 2 incidents, put them side by side, send it to UEFA, say, explain to us how this was a penalty 2 months ago, and a penalty today. Right? To explain that, because the rules are clear. So, you know, that is what we're asking for, accountability across the board.
Very much.
In beating Leeds, Chelsea had at one penalty when they were ever again. You understand? But after beating Leeds, they went on to win in the Champions League in the week. So maybe things have turned a corner. So we're gonna start with you, Hughes. We're not gonna look backward. I'm not gonna ask about how you feel about beating Leeds. Let me just give the information in that game. That goal was scored by Fafana, and it was assisted by Ben Chilwell. 1-0, Chelsea beat Leeds. The question I have for you is, do you think Potter had magic to move Chelsea up the table and do something this season? Or do you think of when he fired and not if?
Well, as I've said, when he was at Brighton still, Potter, what he did, and all the video is there for everywhere to hear. What he was doing at Brighton, I said sooner or later he would end up higher. Look at that, he ended up at Chelsea. Now, it came in with plenty things. Injuries, World Cup, many things. I'm not making any excuses, but those are things out there. Do I think he is the man long term? Yeah. If he gets the chance anytime, yeah. I will believe so, because you could see from the Leeds game, you saw players were coming back into the fold. Players were playing together. They had the time. Yeah, we didn't score as much before. In fact, we wasn't scoring much at all before. We scored in this game against Leeds, which was, to me, very nice. The fact that we scored a goal. That's imagine hearing that talk even a year ago. So we scored the goal, we got the win. That's the important thing. Going forward now, I will stay by this. A lot of Chelsea fans, prior to even the Dortmund game, were calling for Potter. That he has divided the fan base. But after the European game, and especially after the Leeds game, and we're seeing now where it is that the development of his philosophy is coming to fruition, or how he wants the team to look. You're seeing that even the first game against Dortmund, when we lost, you're seeing that it's just again finishing. That's another issue by itself. But Potter getting the time with the players, I think we would receive the benefits that we would get. The people calling and saying, well, what has he achieved in his time frame? What is he doing? And all I have to ask all these people who have the thing with Potter, all I want to ask is this. I didn't even want to talk about Tuchel and Klopp when they were at Mainz, and then they got the promotion to Dortmund and whatnot. I'm even going to talk about it. I want to ask them this. What PSG coach right now, what he can accomplish before this? That's all. What he did before this? No.
True.
Why it is that
he won the league? You asked my question again, I answer what he has done before. He won the league with the inferior squad.
So he win the league, and then they give him $1 billion team, one of the greatest players ever. In fact, one of the future greatest players ever. Two of the best players ever, plus a future great. And Ole can't beat Bayern Munich. Ole can't do anything. It's okay to give him it and give him time, because see, Potter is the problem. Everybody wants to be on Potter.
I can ask you a question, Jesus.
Yeah.
And Tuchel he replaced Tuchel?
Yeah, for the same. But what Tuchel did for PSG? Tuchel carried them to a Champions League final. Fired them for not winning. They did not renew Thiago Silva's contract. We got both of them, and we got the Champions League the very next season when Tuchel came. The very next season.
So what you all going to win this year with Potter?
Champions League. Oh yeah, I realize they get quiet with that one, eh? Yeah, Champions League.
No, this is what we expect from Chelsea fans.
But
right?
They
disappear for half of the season, 3/4 of the season, they never appear. They reach the quarter final, now they say they're gonna win the Champions League.
And hasn't history shown? Because Chad and I was speaking about this before, and many people have spoken about this. Hasn't history shown? When Chelsea's back against the wall, nothing in the league to play for, just in the Champions League still. What happens?
History also show. When a manager don't own the dressing room, what happens?
But he owns the dressing room, so I don't understand what you're saying. Tell me
when the So the fans are divided.
The fans divided because similar to when the fans were divided with Sarri, the fans were divided and we won a European Cup in the one season Sarri was there. The fans were divided, not the players. Don't do me that now, man.
So you don't need it 12. So you're trying to tell me you don't need it 12 man when it is you're back against the wall.
I never said that.
I'm asking you because you say the fans are divided.
I never said that.
I'm asking you a question.
I never said that. I simply stated the fans were divided because of what he was doing at the point in time. They didn't like the football. The football was good that Sarri was played. It's just the fans watching other people, the greener pastures, and telling themselves, we want that. But sometimes when the greener is either artificial or it's bovine releases, that it's a day. That's what went on. And Chelsea fans have to accept the fact that
the one thing
listen,
the one thing I would say is winning does get the fans on side.
Yeah.
And if Potter could start to put together some wins, I think a lot of those divided fans will come.
I mean, the biggest thing the biggest thing a lot of fans have with Potter is that they keep saying, what has he accomplished to reach the position that he's in? And I would always say, yes, I agree with the statement from face value. I understand why they're saying that. But I will go back to now with Klopp and with Tuchel. They came through they got their coaching badges. They went through the different youth teams. They got the coaching the job at Mainz. Tuchel took Mainz into the Bundesliga, the first division. And they haven't, I don't think they haven't came out since then. And after that, he got the opportunity to coach Dortmund, did wonderful with them. Then he got the opportunity to coach PSG. All I'm saying is, what's wrong with us giving him man time and see what happened? We had a World Cup, unprecedented World Cup. Then we had injuries in between that. Then we had an influx of new players. Now everybody's getting recovered. Everyone's recovering. Everyone's playing good now. So now out of a field of 33, he has to pick 11 to play. So obviously people are going to be, jostling for their spots. So we see everything coming together now. What is the problem with giving Potter time? Because last month and month before that, the amount of injuries we were having constantly, injuries, everybody getting injured. What is the problem with time? That's all. Again, watching at Arsenal and United and City and Newcastle and watching everybody around Liverpool. Look, the other day people going for Potter in Liverpool.
You know what's the problem? Here's the problem. Your owner before spoiled the Chelsea fans so much that already man situation like no. You bring him in, he's not performing, fire.
Yeah.
You all have an owner now that watch at Arsenal and watch at United, watch at Arsenal trend and say, we're winning. I will not keep our manager, whether he do good or not, I will not back him. Players back him. But you know what he did? He did in fact back him. But he also bought players that is not used the Potter system, and they can argue that. For example, you buy a Ukrainian just to show that, okay, cool, we can flex muscles. Who has played 8 games, no assists, no goals. 100 million in January. Yes, it's tough coming into our new league, but remember, that we fair across the board. When was Liverpool and this Nunes guy? We say he's the worst atrocious striker in the world in the history.
Don't say.
I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying.
If that's what you all was saying, that's you all. I never said that. Look, Enzo have no assist. Yeah?
All right, let me rephrase. When Chelsea fans agreed with that same sentiment, and when it is with United striker that they pay 100 million for, that turning around and losing the ball and one dribble right through, when they're blasting it, everybody in agreement. So now you want to come in defensive and be like, but I never see this. Is your fan making things bad for you?
Don't ever see what? I don't understand what your point is. Yes, I would understand Roman when he was at Chelsea. He spoiled a lot of us. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying no. I will say yes. And I accepted the fact the moment he was not the owner again, I said to the fans multiple times, there is not going to be this hire win fire policy anymore. That is the other get out of that mindset. It's a new owner, new structure. Everything was new from the captain to cook was shipped out. Who going out this month? Who going out this season's end? A whole lot of different things. It's not no. You're paying when you're out. People clamoring for Potter to go already. It's like why? What is the reason? Well, he can't. He all that squad and he can't. What can you possibly do? Honestly, with all those injuries, plus a man playing in Portugal from Argentina, a man playing Ukrainian league, and been playing all over the place. They now coming this week. Today's Friday, but we have to win the game Wednesday. Yeah, I don't care where they come from. We buy them that they click one time. No, it does not work so. It doesn't even work so in our office setting. And people say, I don't care, you get paid how much ever. You have to care. Because if it's a new language, a new city, a new team, a new system, it's a whole host of new. Oh, yeah. Drop there by Charlie. Boy.
Where you say
Drop there.
for Mason Mount? He learn a new language too?
I appreciate
For Mason Mount, what?
with
With
we have a lot of stuff
with
to
what?
talk
With
about.
him not
And
signing
we
the
have
contract?
limited time.
I didn't hear you.
Jesus asked you a question, Tristan.
I didn't hear me.
I didn't hear.
I didn't hear.
No, I didn't hear what you said.
I was asking your golden child, Mason Mount.
Mason?
He learn a new language also?
He dip in form. All I wasn't saying about. I don't understand. Players are not allowed to have dip in form. I don't understand. I every time you must. I always watch it. Every time Chelsea or Manchester United players going through anything, especially the English, or you just come at them. Nobody else. Nobody talk. Nobody cares about anybody else. You know why? All they talk about Gakpo and Nunez. You know why nobody care? Because all is nothing. Nobody. Maybe Liverpool still in the conversation. Yeah, conversation wise, yeah. Nobody cares. Nobody watches and say, well, oh God, Compton Nielsen. I ain't seen him so long. No, we don't care. Look, everybody on Sancho care still. Sancho care?
I must
I don't understand.
I must say it is strange for me to agree aggressively with Jesus on this program. But it's true.
But remember,
because suddenly one by one team, everybody was to rate Bruno Fernandes over the goals. Oh, should never captain. Bruno Fernandes is trash. Then games when he was captain and the winner, then nothing more that. But one game, he's worse. And it's true. I think not just my problem is that it's not just rival supporters, but sometimes your own supporters as well. That just want to jump on your players' case as soon as they have a bad game. You know what I mean? And I know Chelsea supporters could be like that as well, just as United supporters. As players have a bad game, get rid of him, get him out of the club. Fans need to be patient and as well. Human beings is not robots out there playing, you understand? Sometimes a man will have a bad game, sometimes a man will be out of form and have a bad spell.
I mean, look at Marc Cucurella. Sorry, Tristan. Sorry, but look at Marc Cucurella. I only found out this like a few weeks ago. He was going through a serious dip in form, and I was like, "What to this man? Why this man all of a sudden thinking?" It's because his wife was pregnant, and like there were some complications or something with her. So that was on his mental. So while we thinking you're getting paid X, Y, and Z money, remember when they leave the pitch, they have a family to deal with, and all these issues does affect on the field performances. I'm not making an excuse for anybody's dip in form at all, but we can't just say, "Oh, look, Tuchel went through a divorce while coaching Chelsea, and we still accomplished what we accomplished." So I mean, yes, we are fans, we are passionate, especially fans outside of Europe. We are removed from the situation directly. So we only see the results in front of us. That is all we're concerned about. But nobody cares about Arsenal.
On that note, Jesus. Let's talk about Spurs Wolves. Spurs lost to Wolves one thing is the reason. What's going on with Spurs? Who won and who find out who fucking and
I think
find the position.
Conte,
What's going on with Spurs? Why Spurs can't see the way right about?
Conte explains it perfectly. You have players who's playing for the team and they are very selfish. They only think about I. That's why they're playing shit whole season.
Yep.
If you play for the team and you put down your ego and you actually put your heart out there for the team, you will be playing collectively together. He just came out the press conference and blast Richarlison, Kane, and Son.
Mm-hmm.
He just did.
Talking about that. Who are the players?
I just tell the three players he now blast in the group. He just blast Richarlison, Kane, and Son. You all need to stop, put yourself in front and back the team, play for the team. Because if you play for the team and don't play for yourself, you will achieve more.
Yeah, definitely. And Conte is a no nonsense man. He's not taking all that. He's not taking that at all. Taking that course from nobody.
All right.
Because you spent 60 million on Richarlison and he's yet to deliver.
Yeah, definitely.
That's an assessment.
Yeah, and it ties back into what I said about with Manchester United and Chelsea. Richarlison, all that money, what he doing? Nothing. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. But Spurs themselves, the owner himself is going to start. And gosh, you see all of that. I'll be serious now. Let's take all of this.
I laugh at it. Nobody cares. Nobody really does.
Nobody cares. No, but that's serious though. Levy did not want to spend initially when Conte came to Spurs, and now that Conte said, you know what, I go here in the season. You want to open your bank account? No, you fired Mourinho a week before they playing a League Cup final versus Pep, and bring on a man, bring over his name Brian Mason to coach. Leave Mourinho there when you have a trophy in so long. Leave Mourinho there. Even if they win and fire him after, no problem. No problem.
A lot of people say that they personally believe that would have been the one that's if they are Mourinho for that.
Definitely. I mean, Mourinho gone Roma and win the Conference League already.
Hey, I always say this. Mourinho in the Premier League, I don't like Mourinho at all. Mourinho in any other league, I'm a coach. I love him. That's it. With honor. I love the character. He will get into the referee face. He will play mind games. He will get into the player's head. He will get the players to do more than that they're supposed to. And if they cannot do it, he will tell them it's straight. You know, cut out the football. Your mind is weak.
But Spurs did what Spurs did. And for a team, they could only play teams who come at them. That's their thing. If they come at Spurs, they come at the team. If you come at them, they play back at you. They have to go.
But Spurs have to help a lot of people out, especially where top four is concerned. We had to thank Spurs because Spurs had to beat City and the Liverpool and United had to play them again too.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, Spurs have a lot to do. So I really hope Spurs it up.
Spurs
and they actually
they only beat
but they beat Chelsea, and
yeah, no, the draw with Chelsea. No, they beat last game. No, they beat Chelsea last game.
No, I say they beat Chelsea too.
That's what I say. Teams that go at them, they will kill them on your counter. They have the players to play on the counter. But the similar problem to Chelsea playing on the low block is a problematic thing for us. As well as coming up. So I mean, I expect a win still.
You expect to beat Leicester?
Definitely.
So if that is not possible, would you be back here to talk to President Chad?
What?
Because they realize you have a trend. When all in a the high, you doesn't be here. You just build excuses already. You don't start with the excuse and saying you're going to lose to Arsenal already. You don't take in front before in front take you.
So, but you're not even saying,
just saying,
you're not even saying yes or no. I not answering yes or no. If you not answering yes or no, if Arsenal win the league this year, anything in life, I'm asking the same thing. Arsenal win the league, yes or no? I said, whatever you want.
I answer the question.
That. Don't give me that. Yes or no?
No, he ain't answered the
I answer the question like how a political person would answer.
Anyway. Let's
explain.
move on. Let's move on. Manchester City beat Newcastle. I don't think that was a surprise to anybody. Newcastle's dip in form, however, is a surprise. Newcastle has not looking themselves the past few weeks.
Back-to-back games.
I don't know what's going on. Grell is saying that 10th Avenue should be called Chelsea Lane.
You see that disrespectful fan there. See he. I want the shoe. I want. What's Adidas back? And even if Chelsea wins the Conference League, we'll be the first team to win all three. So we taking that to precedent set again. I mean, come on.
Grell, as much Grell has made it clear, he think Ole could win the Conference League. So,
That's okay.
So,
we represent we.
Who else? Aston Villa beat Crystal Palace 1-0. Brighton demolished West Ham 4-0. And Southampton beat Leicester City 1-0.
Yeah.
And then we had Everton and Forest drawing all, and Brentford Fulham. Well, that was a thriller in Manila, ending 3-2. That was a really good game. So, gentlemen, I want to talk a little bit. We want to talk a little bit about the Trinidad and Tobago Premier League that is going to be kicking off today. Actually, it's starting today.
Yeah.
And now I consider this a major development in Trinidad and Tobago football. And the reason is I don't think we have a chance, a prayer, a hope of ever seeing a picture like this again. This is the picture of Trinidad and Tobago team that went to the last World Cup. I don't think we have a chance of seeing that without having local football.
Definitely.
That's the Premier League local level football
in
Trinidad and Tobago. I don't care how much players we send out there and to play. If we're not playing football at home, it is going to drastically affect our opportunity to make our next World Cup. So what you all think about the Premier League coming on?
I hope that they I know what. Yeah, the thing, but a small thing. No, I just hope that the you hearing me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just hope that the TTFF or whomever it is responsible, I hope that they. What's going on here? Yeah, sorry about that.
Jesus, you go ahead, you talk. Yeah, we hearing you. All right, well, we were hearing you. We just lost you. Tristan, talk to me. What are your thoughts on the Trinidad and Tobago Premier League?
I think it's a very good initiative. We needed that. It will help probably curb the youth and them focal point more onto football and away from the streets and the gun. Right? This will be good. I'll be back in the French Force. I have a lot of friends and families playing for them, so they'll be getting support 100%. They're supposed to be the best and if it's just them so far. And I'll go there and take a look. I'll support them. And promote it. I'll promote the football team.
And that way you're saying there is very important. We have to make the effort to head out. The games are not very expensive. We're going to talk about prices just now. Let me just run through quickly some of the head-to-heads are taking place this weekend. We had W Connection playing Central FC today at Mahaika, and that is a double-header there because you have Point Fortin Civic taking on the Tanks Club Sando, also at Mahaika Sporting Complex. You have AC Port of Spain taking on Defense Force, that is in the Hocketa, that is tomorrow.
That'll be nice.
To my next, the Hocketa Rangers taking in taking on Police FC, also at La Joquita. And the Arima Velodrome have 2 games as well on Sunday. Caledonia AIA taking on Canupia FC, and Prison Services taking on San Juan Jabote. That is at the Velodrome. So we have a lot of nice football taking place in Trinidad and Tobago this weekend. Let me just give you all the tickets. It is for a single game is $25. I mean, come on, people, $25. We're talking double headers, 2 games. You understand? You could come in whenever you want, half hour, whatever. 2 games, $25. Single entry. $40, sorry, for the double headers, $44 for the double headers, $25 single entry. And if you want a season pass, it is $500. Cannot
pay 500 and then.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that, people. You cannot go wrong. You have group ticket prices as well. You can get 5 people in on $500, and for the double headers, you pay $190 and you get 5 people on the inside. Good afternoon to the lady Dixie Ann.
I love Dixie.
So people go out there and support local football. Go out there and support local football. As I said, is the only thing, the only way I see us really being able to get back into the World Cup mix. And this particular time around, where CONCACAF has 6 positions, 6 places, this is the best chance we will have to get back inside there. Go ahead, Dr. Zeus. Close out this segment.
I don't know what happened there. But the reintroduction of the league in Trinidad and how they're doing it, to me, I've said what they're doing here is very, very good. The different price structures they have, they look more serious going forward with how they want the fans to come to the games, because not just the seasoned fans who follow in the Premier League, the league for quite, but they're targeting the younger fans and the fans who may have missed out on that experience. And it's exciting to see that. Me personally, I can't tell you last time I've ever been, or if I've ever been to. No, I was, but that was a long time ago. I'll tell you how long ago it was. And I think that what they're doing here should also tie into the grassroots program if they have one, because you'll see people coming out in the droves for the 7-a-side basketball, 7-a-side football game on the basketball court, and these kind of different initiatives, and build the product from the ground up. Because let me say, Chad, you just coming from wherever to play for Trinidad. Yeah, maybe good, but I don't know you. But I see interest in playing in their grassroots programs coming up through the ranks, and so the whole community will go behind Tristan, and it will just go. So, you know, that nice how it was before. So they need to, what they're doing here, I love it. I just hope their grassroots programs tied in, and I honestly hope that the nepotism in that is alleged, forget the alleged, the nepotism that's happening in Trinidad football is seeded out, because that is stifling our talent. We have a lot of talented players in this country, not just in football, but former football. So much talented players, and they be stifled out because of who is who, father and uncle, and who does line with this one. And just pick on merit, and we would have such a great team. You see that pit any back they talk about, they go about line up about 3 of them line up. So who knows?
Well, that is the hope, That is the hope. As I think, as a Trinidadian, that is the hope we all want. We want to see our team make history regularly and go to the World Cup. You know what I mean? It mustn't be a flash in the pan. We shouldn't, 10 years from now, we shouldn't be talking about the one time we went to the World Cup. You understand?
Well,
we should still be talking about that.
I remember when that World Cup, every time Trinidad played, the plays like it scant. Everybody find a hole to watch that game.
Boy, I let me tell you something. I just thinking about all my pause rays, you know, when we score against Bahrain, and that was I have never seen this nation just explode in such unified bliss as that particular day.
Yeah,
you understand? It was amazing. It was amazing. So let's reproduce that, people, and go out there and support the local football. Well, gentlemen, sorry, I want to tell a bit. Go ahead, Dr. Zeus.
Yeah, sorry, I had to drop off a little bit. The tickets and thing. Where can someone purchase those tickets?
I don't know where you could purchase tickets, but I know I'm sure you could pay when you go to the games.
At the venue.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's $25 for a single game and $40 when it have a double header.
And the
So the
schedules
ticket's
are
very
on.
very reasonable.
Yeah, and the schedule. Well, I saw the ticket prices on a WhatsApp blast there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the schedules are on the site, right?
Yes.
Because,
What we will do, we will be taking a little 10 minutes every program and updating people. So what I will try to do is get some additional information for the next program, and we'll be able to share that.
I like that.
Because we really want to push and encourage people to go out and support local football.
And I think that the TTF should reach out to all the individual like those not the 12th man and all these big programs, but reach down to reach down to these 30 programs that not as out there, and you're giving everybody getting exposure.
As far as I am concerned, the more publicity that you could get
the better.
For this league right now is the better. You understand? Yeah. And it don't matter who, it don't matter where. Try to get as much people involved who want to support the thing, because we need a revolution to start. Because if this don't work, if there's a flash in the pan and have one season or before the end of the season, teams want to break away and men start to talk about they ain't getting money. You see that kind of drama. We need this to continue. This must be the first season of it being continuous. So more support, more help that could happen where the Trinidad and Tobago Premier League is concerned. We need to get that popping. I want to talk a little bit, guys, about, before we shut it down, about the games to come. We have a few teams, I should say, playing 2 games. So we're not going to go through the whole list of games. We're going to kind of touch on some of the bigger games. Liverpool Bournemouth is the first game kicking it off tomorrow morning. Last time Liverpool played Bournemouth, I think they gave them about 9. So this is the return leg, which is at Bournemouth. It's not at Anfield this time around. I just quick questions, guys, and you all give me some quick responses. Do you all think Liverpool has turned a corner with their recent results, or do you think they will be inconsistent? Because when they gave Bournemouth 9 the last time, the next game they went and lose, and it wasn't a no big team, right? So Liverpool has been very inconsistent up and down whole season. Do you think they're going to ride on that wave after beating Manchester United, or do you think we're going to continue to see up and down Liverpool?
I don't want them to win what they're going to. They're going to.
So you think they hit a little vein of form?
Yeah, they're at the right time too. They're at the right time to come out the Champions League by next week. So that's basically the right time.
So they only have one game a week to focus on. So fair enough. You're taking all of that into consideration. I understand the answer. Talk to me, Tristan.
Yeah.
What you think? Inconsistent Liverpool or?
Yeah, your mic off by Tristan.
Yeah, you know your mic off. I don't know so long.
Oh.
Liverpool and they're not blind eye. Liverpool will do the Liverpool. I ain't fair of that.
Liverpool will do the Liverpool, meaning what? They're going to be inconsistent between now and the end of the
season?
Yeah,
we're going to be inconsistent. Come on. We know this.
Right. We have Chelsea taking on Leicester. I personally expect Chelsea to win that game.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
3-0. 1, 2, 3. 3-0.
What? You have a big prediction there, 3-0.
No, yeah, and what does McPherson said there? Yeah? Correct too. Yeah, Chelsea going to win.
Pool will make top 4 because Tottenham have Butler.
Yeah, definitely. I know you will. That's what I want them to go.
Who else? We have Man City taking on Crystal Palace. Well, I mean, come on.
I don't think
anybody expects City to lose that game.
Come now, man. Crystal Palace does always give City a hard time.
That's true, but all right. Arsenal taking on Fulham.
Forget shit side go and win. Sorry for my language.
Is that a miniature London derby? Yes, Fulham is one of the London clubs, not so?
Yeah.
So there's a mini London derby taking place on Sunday morning.
Arsenal not going and make that what happened with Bournemouth happen again. They're going to make sure and put a staple on this game here for sure.
They're going to put Fulham away early.
Yeah, definitely. They're going to trash them out early.
All right, fair enough. Manchester United taking on Southampton. Now, Southampton has been one of those clubs that they either upset you or they take a lot of goals.
Yeah.
Last 3 seasons, I think we had multiple occasions where United hit Southampton 5 or hit them 7 or all kind of crazy scores. And not United alone, other teams as well. City, other teams run up some scores against Southampton. United on still having to prove a point, because even though they won in the week here, I think a lot of people, you know, they would still be feeling the hurt from that 7-0. What you all expect to happen with United playing at home against Southampton on Sunday?
They're gonna beat them. Comfortable.
Any other big games of note? Newcastle Wolves, I consider a significant game simply because I think Newcastle, if they have any hope of staying in the top 4, need to get back on track.
Yeah, definitely
Newcastle have to win this game.
They have
on
to
Sunday.
win because I mean, who Spurs? I haven't checked to see who Spurs playing as yet. You know,
Spurs playing Nottingham Forest. I didn't talk about them because I mean, if Spurs cannot beat Nottingham Forest at home, they just need to pack up all the toys and bust out. Right? Just stop playing football for the rest of the day.
Right. That's what I was saying. I want to check to see who they're playing. So
they play Nottingham Forest and they're playing at home.
So they play Nottingham Forest, Newcastle at home as well. So
yes,
and Liverpool
Newcastle at home as well against Wolves.
Liverpool 3 points behind Spurs with a game in hand. So those 3 teams know that this weekend here
it's critical for that top 4 race.
Because it's not coming back. Once Liverpool get in there, they're gonna stay in there. That's the thing. And with Chelsea where they are right now, a win against Leicester, it will be nice. But Brentford above us, Brighton above us, Fulham above us. So I mean, we would like Arsenal to beat Fulham. I would love that. Yeah, do me a favor, please. Don't watch my cut eye, sir. So you know, so it have teams above us who, like Brentford playing Everton. That game could easily turn either way. Either Everton catch a length or Brentford just do Brentford things, what they've been doing whole season, and carry them away. Leeds just lost the edge, so Brighton gonna beat them. So only Fulham we have to depend on dropping points, and that's the reality of it here. Liverpool definitely gonna be in top 4. Definitely going to end up in top 4. I don't know if
so we have a question coming from Twitch because we broadcast on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. We have a question from Twitch for you, Dr. Zeus, concerning the female team. And the question is, the match between United women and Chelsea women, will it decide the title for the Women's Super League? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, because Arsenal women beat Chelsea there in the Conti Cup, and the Blues ladies, I mean, United ladies are very good too. I fault them on that, but the Blues ladies have been on a nice run. And that match there now, remember that match there now would give everybody a little flex in the room. So I think so. That because again that's the match that both teams.
For people who don't know, Manchester United and Chelsea are the 2 teams on top of the Women's Super League. So there's literally one playing 2. So you know, and according to Dr. Zusi agrees that whoever wins, will most likely deal with the matter.
Yeah, definitely. And I just want to expand a bit on the women's game there, right? I think we should pay a little more attention. I know most people like to say women's football boring thing. To a large extent, it is. I'm not even gonna lie. But the English League, Women's League, and the Champions League, Women's Champions League, does be very
exciting football.
Very exciting football. So definitely it is worth the watch. I would never say do not watch that. That league is be very nice. Real good. Not real good, but nice. It's be nice. And when Chelsea men doing nonsense, I just watch the women.
and to be honest with you, it's the same for United, you know, because United men collect 7 and United ladies beat Liverpool ladies 6-0. Yeah. So sometimes, you know, when the male team not doing too good, at least they could go. You could go and watch the female team and feel a
But
little good about yourself, you know?
But when Chelsea won the Champions League with Tuchel, we lost in the FA Cup final, and the women they had a chance to win the Champions League as well too. So it was like everything is just like whoo. And I said this before to other Chelsea fans, and they tell me no, leave her there. I want Emma Haynes to come and coach the men's team. Just give her a try. Let us be again the forefront with these kind of things. No, I'm being serious. I'm being serious.
I'm not laughing at what you say. I'm laughing at this comment from Grail Boy. The man firing shots. He said, well, by the end of the season, he'll be a guru.
No, but I supported my team all around, you know. I supported my team all around, and as I said, I'm laughing, you know. Back first, and as what's the guy from Twitch name? Immortal. If Immortal could agree with me, when you're watching the women's football league table itself, when he had a thing to say. He had a thing to say. When you're watching the
Immortal want to know, Tristan, why it is you're not seeing anything when the only piece of European silverware Arsenal has ever won is their women's team. You should be waiting on the female conversation.
These days in 2023, I'm trying to read Proverbs. I wouldn't put myself down to argue with fools. I'm being quiet these days and saying my prayers.
Immortal, you know why? You know why is that? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. With something. Nobody cares. Nobody. I didn't even know that. We don't care.
Watch me. I want you to say that nobody cares. I'm going to put you on the big screen because I want to clip it. Say that again. I love that. Say it again.
With Arsenal, nobody cares about Arsenal. Who cares? Arsenal fans barely care about Arsenal. That is what is going. They know about Chelsea.
No, I will say that. I will say just so. Nobody cares. That is my meme for you. When they call on my phone and texting me, I just want to have that plane right through. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. That's it.
Nobody cares. That's it. We just don't care. Nobody cares. Chelsea player does something, the whole world knows. A Manchester United player does something, the whole world knows. Richarlison nonsense at Spurs, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Who cares? We do not care.
I love it. Gentlemen, thank you for being part of the program. Today we went a little over time, but
yeah, but no problem.
That's all right. We had fun.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
And we talking what we all love to talk about, which is football.
Yeah, man.
So, all things being equal, God spare life next week. We're going to be back here on the United Hour for more of the EPL Rewind. Gentlemen, parting words, Tristan?
Anything to say, Tristan? Before we leave? No. Okay, but I will.
Well, go ahead, Dr. Zeus.
Yeah, honestly, I would just leave it as this. Despite the whole thing was about nobody cares, I mean, it's partly true, but mostly true. The fact of the matter is that all Chelsea needs to do, and only fans need to understand this. Yes, we know Potter going through, the club going through. Potter doesn't have the aura of the Ancelottis and the Luis Enriquez and the Guardiolas. We understand that, but everybody starts somewhere. I'm not saying he's the next revolution of Fergie or Guardiola or Mourinho, no. But I'm just saying, let's give him time, man. Let's see. Let me just entertain the thought. Let me just entertain the thought of giving the man time and see what happens. Because I could guarantee all it, if he wins the Champions League with Chelsea this season, everybody going to care about that. I could tell you that. Everybody going to care about that. But let's give the man time. Give him time. Allow him that. Because the man received death threats, Chad.
Yeah, well, that's how it is. We know that there are certain fan bases that are a little more passionate than others, and Chelsea is one of them up there. So, let's see if Potter could regain some magic.
Yeah, definitely.
For the rest, let me see. We have one more comment.
I just want to say one thing before we go. Nobody cares about Chelsea. Nobody cares. We don't really care about that. We're always
When
on the table. I can't just see all on my phone screen and have a big screen. I just
you know,
tell
Hey, talking about
you,
that, boy, I almost forgot. We did not
know, it's-
talk about the table.
you know, it's a
We
good
didn't
thing
talk
about
about
being
the
10th, Tristan. I wait to watch me. You know, it's a good thing about being 10th. At the end of the season, that may go up, that may go down. But you know what you mean? That 7-0 that United get will always be there. You know. This 10th is temporary. That 7 is
Yeah,
forever.
the League Cup United win to always be there on the shelf when other teams have not. When Liverpool celebrating beating United, United will be celebrating silverware. So let's just touch on some news. Premier League announced
Yes, no.
today
Mhm.
the player of the month of February, the coach of the month, and the goalkeeper of the month of February. And United
I have a question. Who
clear
are
the
they playing
board.
next?
Southampton.
All right, so Southampton going and beat all right because there's a curse, right? Long as you win the manager of the month, the player of the month, and keeper of the month, he doesn't win the next game. So that 7-0 could be a 1-0 or a 2-1 defeat. Just saying it. But
All
nobody
right.
cares about them thing. Nobody cares.
We have here on record as saying that. So let's see if that comes to pass. And let's
All
just touch on the table. We have Arsenal comfortably on top with 5-point lead
Because that
above
comfortable,
Manchester
guy.
City. Manchester United third, comfortably third, I could say. And then between Spurs, Liverpool, and Newcastle. I think Newcastle have 2 games in hand. Liverpool have 1 game in hand on Spurs. So those 3 teams are jockeying for that 4th place. So that's going to be some excitement. The other excitement is really in the relegation fight because we have from 14th all the way down to 20th. Anybody in the bottom 3 that win a game coming out of the relegation battle. And every week is going to be like that. So I think the relegation battle in the Premier League is actually going to be just as interesting as the top 4 fight, or maybe even more interesting than the top 4 fight. Bournemouth, Southampton, Everton, Leeds, West Ham, Leicester, and Nottingham Forest. And I guess you could include Wolves and Crystal Palace in that. All of those teams are looking for victories to avoid draws. So it's going to be excitement coming down the line.
It's 6 points.
Hey guys, I was asked earlier. I know we almost wrap up to go. What is all your thoughts on Tony accepting the guilty charge, boy?
It makes sense.
I think he just wanted over and done with, the faster it get. In fact, remember too, as long as it's hanging over his head, if the transfer window comes, nobody is going to come to buy you, regardless of how good. Nobody in the Premier League is going to come to buy you, because why do I want to buy a player and the next thing he on a 12-game ban or a 3-month ban or some kind of craziness? I buy a player and he just had to sit on the bench. So I think the faster this is over would be better for Tony's career, and
But
his decision is simply based on that.
Or would you agree that because he promote betting, that could play a part in the sense of him doing the such? Of him actually gambling and such? Because if you look at his jerseys from Championship, League One football,
right. The fact that and we
they
have to
promote
remember,
betting.
people may not know this, but the people that bought, the owners of Brentford, actually run a betting company. Right? The way they make the guy who owns Brentford, the way he made his millions, became a millionaire, was running a betting company.
Yeah.
I don't know what factor that plays into it, but that's just information for people who may not know.
Yeah, I honestly think that him accepting that deal, that Chad, it gets it over with, and we go at peace with one time and move on. I mean, betting companies owning clubs in England has been a sense of a point of contention for a while. Look,
and not just owning clubs, betting companies also sponsor.
Yeah,
betting companies have a lot of sponsorship deals with the Premier League as well.
Yeah, and a lot of them are from China, though, and they have the but their exposure is for the people back in China, not so much those in England. But they could see, as I say, hypocrisy. Like well, they could sponsor me, but I can't even place a bet on a game. And I could see I could understand why the FA won't want that. But then at the same time, why you had it was Sports Arena 365 or whatever, who was the sponsor? Who was the
I
Newcastle?
don't know the exact rules, and maybe I should find out about it. But I know in the NBA, for example,
Yeah, it's the
you
same
bet,
thing.
but you can't bet on your team's games.
Yeah,
If your team playing, you can't bet. And the rationale, I guess, is straightforward. That if I
Yeah.
am betting on my team, I have an input. I could make my team lose, let's just say. I could do something silly that may contribute to the outcome of the game.
But the thing is,
No.
he bet himself.
But no, I was not going to say that. But I am 100% sure that Tony was betting on his team to win. And he was betting on himself to score, right? He wasn't betting on them to lose.
It's
So he
still-
wasn't betting to go out there and
still a-
underperform. So he wasn't
still a
trying to be corrupt. He is just probably a very what's the word I want to use? Not aggressive, but a very competitive person that bets on himself. And I think the
a little too literal.
FA should take that into consideration in whatever they're handing down. Because it is not like the cricket scandals of the past where players were
No.
intentionally underperforming and that kind of thing. This is somebody who is betting on himself and who is expecting to go there and perform.
No, but he is definitely going to get suspended at least maybe
Well,
2 months.
you're
Definitely.
guilty. It's 100 and something charges, So he had
But
to get something.
But it's significantly less than I was reading about the guy yesterday. The former footballer on a similar situation with him his name slipping right now. That was over a long period, like close to 1,000 bets. He was suspended for about 3 months, 4 months, 3 months, something like that. So I don't think Tony's ban is going to be long, but it better take it and be done with it. Brentford,
Yeah,
have-
They will
think-
argue.
Mm.
They will argue that this fella gets 6 months.
Who's
Who's
that?
that?
Joey Barton.
Right, that's what I was
Alright.
that's what I was thinking about. Right. And that's what I said. But his thing was plenty and a long period, similar to
Over
again.
1,000 bets he making.
Right. So you see, so
So
just
200. So Tony might only get banned for a month.
and that's what I'm saying.
A month
So-
away from no football could be just September.
And besides that, Brent, even if they ban him now before the end of the season, Brent would definitely gonna get relegated.
And I think for Brentford too, I started off talking about Tony's career, but I think for Brentford as well, as a club, you would want to know if your top striker is going to be leading the line at the beginning of the season, the end of the season. If you
Yeah.
need to invest in another striker, you know what I mean? You're just going to want to know. So
And the
both
thing
for
is-
him and the club, I understand why he pleaded guilty, because the faster that this is adjudicated is the best. The better it is for the club and for the player.
And we move on.
But I don't think they was expecting him to say guilty yet. I thought they might have fight it, you know. But,
But I'm just going to drag it out. That's just going to
Yeah.
drag it out.
Take the guilty plea and done. Man. Take the guilty plea and done. He gets some. I hope it's only a month he gets, and they're done with that, and they move forward with that. Give him the month before season ends or beginning next season, no problem. But if the game,
Tony in any top 6 team,
no,
it'll be a monster. Watch my any top 6 team right now with Tony will be a great striker, you know, because watch my, he can hold it on top, he can play back doors, go, he'll bring the players on the wing into play. That's a striker everybody dream of having right now. United,
he's gonna feel.
Arsenal, Chelsea.
He's gonna
Telling
feel.
you.
He's gonna
Just
feel. If he goes to any top 6 team, he's gonna feel.
No, he won't. He has
He
touches,
does
man.
not- He does not have what it takes to be up there. That is what it is. And
He just
before,
said it.
and before anybody start, Potter have what it takes. We talk about Potter here. We talk about but he does not have it. He's good. He's a good. I'm not just look. You remember?
All right, gentlemen.
But he talk about him. He went to Man City and what he did. Nothing.
All I have to say about Ivan Toney is every time people voice doubts and question marks about him, the man does come out gunning it. I don't have him as my captain in fantasy this week, so I don't need him gunning it this week. You understand? Because if he come and he hits a hat trick in any one of them games, I'll be very upset. So Tristan, behave yourself, right? Talk Tony next week, not this week. All right, fellas, enjoy the rest of your Friday. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. God bless. Be
Yes,
safe.
right. Just what we doing this weekend?
Weekend, boy.
Support
Nobody
the
cares.
United Hour. Click that like button and subscribe.